to come along.
Exactly. This is why I wanted to talk to you.
And automobiles that you see in this wonderful film, and he helped Alpha fly. Visual effects supervisor Pablo Helman. He created all the nice music you listen to in between all the great songs. Two-time Oscar-nominated composer John Powell. This guy has made a knack for getting nominated for musicals. He got nominated for Tick Tick Boom. And I've got another nomination here, editor Myron kerstein. He produces all your favorite stuff. All the stuff you like and love, he produces. Producer, four-time nominee, Platt. All right, that's it, right? No. All right, let's stretch out real nice. All right, she's popular. She plays Glinda. I think she's a very good singer. She should put out an album one day. And now I get to use the official title for the rest of her life. Academy Award nominee, Ariana Grande. Yeah, you can say Sammy. You might pop back up. You're gonna hurt your legs. She defies gravity. She is the second person ever to be nominated for acting and song in the same year. She's got her third Oscar nomination this year, and she's an Oscar away from EGOTing. Ladies and gentlemen, Cynthia Erivo.
Read this novel in the 1990s and thinking what a great movie this would be, and then starting to develop it as a film, and then having Stephen Schwartz call me and say, would you consider making it a musical? And then going, of course it wants to be a musical, and then putting it on stage, and then I waited 22 years since it opened on Broadway. It's been probably 22 years. It's enjoying its best year ever on Broadway. But I waited a long time for a number of reasons. One, mostly because I didn't want to screw it up. And I felt pressure on myself and an obligation to the fans who have attended and protected and loved these characters that meant so much to them in the story. And so the bar was very high for me. And part of me was insecure. And I wanted to acquire all the skill as a producer and have the vision in my head of what it could be and what I wanted to be and all the resources I wanted to do it. So I waited for the right time. Those are all the things I knew why I was waiting. What I didn't know that I was waiting for was, first of all, for the stars and the rainbows to align, that John Chu would be available and raise his hand, and he and I would connect in that way. And I didn't know that I was waiting for these two women who are the only ones who could play these roles that could be there. And if I could indulge myself, just for 1 minute, indulge me, because to get to work with these group of artists, all of whom undersell themselves. I mean, the sonic narrative that Andy created in that mix is extraordinary, and the world that Nathan created that transported all of us to Oz is extraordinary. And it's not just the train. Think about the character of Dr. Dillerman and Chistry, how he felt their feelings and what they were thinking, and that's this man here. And to take a Stephen Schwartz score that's beloved and to write so much music, you're not even aware of how much music is there, but all of us feel like it's all of the world of Wicked, and it moves us is the testament to this man. And this guy, I mean, think about the moments in the film that weren't scripted that way, where someone says, is it true you were her friend? And all of a sudden you're in this impressionistic world of seeing these two women you don't see off above, like little clips, little images. That's brilliant editing and storytelling, in addition to the music and everything. So I actually waited for all of these people. That's the truth.
As much as we do, the reason we're sitting here, the reason we're all here, the reason why we are here is because that man was at the top of the hill, making sure that everyone was safe enough to come up the hill with him. That's why.
I have one more thing to report to John, which is because it's a very challenging time that we're living in, and the world is very challenging, and this was a very arduous shoot and journey of many years. And what I want to say about John is that every day he brought joy to the journey. And it's important to him, which is why I wanted to say it, that the film, which deals with, it's very entertaining and makes us laugh, but makes us cry, and also makes us think about things. Like if you make it discouraging enough, you can keep anyone silent. Lines that, really have relevance today was important to John. That the joy that he found every day, he would come on the set and go, today we get to do Popular. Can you believe that we're doing Popular? It's going to be so great. That joy he wanted to infuse in every frame, so that when you experience the film, with all the tears and everything else, you feel the joy in every single one. So I wanted to say that on his behalf.
And he has 4 children.
I've loved Wicked for 22 years. I got to see the original Broadway cast. I know what heaven looks like too. I've seen it. It's lovely. But there's a huge difference between being a fan of something and having to become it. Loving Wicked, loving the songs, and having to actually feel them, live them, and assign your own feelings to them and become them. So it's quite a journey, I really wanted to get... And 2 things happened right before that shot. Right before that shot, we had broken for lunch, and for some reason, the lunch that day had so many onions in it. And Cynthia was like having a heart attack. And also, the steamer had burnt my butt cheek.
Wait a second. You change and manipulate with physical build. You get to change it like a piece of sculpture. So you get to enjoy the process of finding the best possible image with the best possible finish. But you can't. I don't do it alone. I have a ginormous department, and that producer there, Marc. Exceptional producer. Without him backing me, it's very, very difficult these days to do this kind of practical building. And so you have to have the support of someone like Marc, who goes to task and gives me the ability to move forward.